Dear listeners, my name is Anthony Clark.
And I'm Melanie Clark.
And we are the Amazing
Clarks.
We're both award-winning certified life and love coaches and a husband and wife duo that have been coaching together as a team for 24 years and that have been passionately in love for 32. They call us the Amazing Clarks because we empower people to live amazing lives.
And we're here to help you get from where you are to where you want to be in life and love. Love the Amazing Clarks is our personal love letter to all of you that love as much as we do.
That's right, so let's get to it. So today we have another amazing podcast for you guys. Today's main topic is the art of alignment in marriages. The art of alignment. And why is it so important? How it can transform your marriage. We're going to talk about all of that and more. You guys don't want to miss this one. But before we jump into the main topic, it's time for the listeners' letters. So now, this is the segment where you guys can send in your questions about dating, relationships, or life in general, and we will answer them on the podcast. So today, baby, what's today's listeners' letter?
So today's letter is from Stephanie in Bend, Oregon. She says, "Hi, Clarks." Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
I currently have a beautiful 3-year-old daughter, but I don't want her to be an only child. My husband is set against having any more children. We're having protected sex in our house because he doesn't want to get caught up. Caught up? We're married. It's really starting to take a toll on our relationship. How can I get past this?
Good one. You know what? I'm going to let you answer this one. Start off, baby.
Okay. First, I want to say before I get into answering her, this is why you have these discussions in dating.
Yeah.
Like, you need to talk about how many children you want so you don't find yourself in this situation. So anyway, that's just a side note that I wanted to say.
Good side note.
This is your family. This is your husband. And it sounds to me like if it were me, I would be asking some deeper questions. What does, instead of getting offended, right? What does caught up mean to you? Is he saying that he's afraid of, being financially strapped? Is he saying he's afraid of losing a little bit of freedom that you guys have as a family? I would explore deeper because once you understand, then you can make new decisions. And it sounds like you're getting triggered or feeling really offended and hurt by the term caught up. But what does that mean to him? I'd go a little bit deeper and see where he's coming from. And then maybe you guys can meet in the middle. Maybe there's a solution, maybe a perspective holding him up, or you guys can come up with some strategy that will make it more comfortable to have another child for him and you.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah, it definitely does sound like she's a little hurt by
Absolutely.
him not wanting to give her what she wants. And so because he's trying to be safe about it, she's being offended by it.
Yeah.
So first of all, I respect him for being honest. And it sounds like you guys had an adult conversation about it and he was real about where he stood with it. And that part I respect. Now, like Melanie said, as far as trying to find some other options, you're not going to do that until you change your perspective on it. Don't look at it like he's bad, he's wrong. He just have his preference like you have yours. But if you started from a place of misalignment, of he's bad, he's wrong, then odds are you're never going to come to solutions. So make peace with it. You are where you are, and that's okay. Respect his boundaries and where he's at. Get in alignment, and then have that conversation and see where it leads.
Yeah. Real quick, I'd like to share, we went through this a little bit, right? When we got married, because I already had 2 children that were, the youngest was 7. And the thought of having a new baby and starting over with diapers, I wanted to focus on my career. I wasn't thinking about having another child, but you really wanted to have another child. And so we faced this, but we worked through it. We made an agreement that you would help me more if I decided to have another child so that I could pursue my career and we could have a baby together. I'm so glad we made that choice. Yeah. I love our daughter together, and she's been an amazing part of our lives. And I think sometimes people think about what you're going to lose when you have children. Freedom, money, time, all those things. But I think this can be negotiated. And I think that because we did it. And if we did it, you can do it.
And even with our negotiation down to the point of where when I first came to you and we talked about it, you didn't want to do it. And yes, it did hurt me a little, but I had to get in alignment. And it was like, you know what, I got to respect her boundaries and where she's at. And then once I got in alignment, we started having the conversations and they were much more productive.
Yes.
Because it wasn't coming from a place of hurt or offense.
Right.
And the deal we made was, you said the first year, you said you got 1 year to get me pregnant. If you don't get me pregnant in 1 year, game over.
Right.
And so I was like, why are you talking to me? I can get to work. Clock's ticking. And we tried for a year and it didn't work. And it was like, okay, I'm grateful. We tried. It is what it is. It's meant to be. Make peace with it. Move on. And then you got pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So,
usually how it goes. When you let go of something is generally when you attract it, right? Because there's no resistance in it. So you can negotiate through this. Figure out what's really underneath of the caught up.
right, but get in alignment first, which is the perfect segue
Of course
to the main
it
topic.
is.
So don't forget, guys, if you guys want us to answer your questions live on air, I mean not live on air, on the podcast, reach out to us. You could leave it in our notes below.
Show notes.
You could leave it in our show notes, and we'll be more than happy to get at it for you.
Okay.
Okay, so now the main topic, the art of alignment in marriage.
Yes.
Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, first of all, I don't know, what does that mean?
I was going to say, what's that mean,
Yeah,
Anthony?
I've
They don't
never
know what
heard
that
of it.
means.
They know what car alignments are. They know what different types of alignments are. But when
Yes.
it comes to marriage alignment, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, alignment is basically a perspective that we have when it comes to marriage. It's basically works like this. When you're angry, when you're upset, when you're fighting, when you're sad, when you're depressed, any of those things like that, that's called being out of alignment. When you're joyful, when you're upbeat, when you're positive, when you're inspired, that's when you're in alignment. And when you're in alignment, that's where the magic is at. That's where the true transformation, that's when you can really attract what it is that you want in life and in your marriage.
Right.
And when it comes to alignment, that is our goal at the beginning and end of each day. It's to be in alignment as much as we possibly can in our own personal lives and in our marriage.
Right.
Now, here's alignment. This is our beliefs. Now, we're not forcing anyone else to believe our beliefs, but we're just sharing them with you. And we share with our clients. We are spiritual beings. And we have physical form and spiritual form. Our spiritual form is connected to our higher self, which some of you guys might refer to as God, the universe, whatever name you want to use. And that our higher self is the creator of everything in existence. Everything that can exist in this universe is created by a higher self. And quantum physics has shown that everything in this universe is one. There's an illusion that we're separate, but in actuality, we're all one. And when they go down into a particle, the furthest they can go is 10 to the negative 33 centimeters. And at that point, they hit the fabric of the universe, where everything in this universe is one, just pure potentiality, oneness. So now, if your higher self is the creator of everything in existence, your higher self is made of love, and you're a part of that, then we're all connected. We're connected to that being, that force. Now, our higher self, because it knows it's the creator of everything in existence, and everything is love, it looks at everything in every single moment through the eyes of love, abundance, and appreciation. Love, abundance, and appreciation for every situation, no matter what, because everything is the creation of this higher self and this love and this oneness. So when you look at things through the eyes in your marriage and in your personal life, when you look at things through the eyes of love, abundance, and appreciation, let's say with your partner, it feels amazing to your partner. And when your partner looks at you through the eyes of love, abundance, and appreciation, it feels amazing. That's when your intuition's off the hook. That's when people are attracted to you everywhere you go. Things just work out. Your spirit says make a move, you make that move, and it works out perfectly. That's when you and your partner have the strongest connection. That's when you guys are in the highest, inspiration. So that's the goal for our marriage that we shoot for every day, to be in alignment.
Yes.
Now, the reason why, when you're in alignment, why it feels so good is because that's your higher self letting you know right now your perspective on this subject matches the perspective of your higher self. You are in alignment because you're thinking like your higher self. So that is the goal throughout the day and in a marriage.
Yes.
So now when you're out of alignment, whenever you look at things through the eyes of fear, doubt, shame, guilt, anger, any lack, any of those negative emotions, it feels horrible. And the reason it feels horrible is because your higher self is trying to get your attention. And it's like spanking you, going, hey, this is uncomfortable, not because I'm punishing you, but because I'm trying to get your attention. And it's trying to get your attention to let you know I'm trying to lead you to everything it is that you want in your marriage and in your personal life. But you can't receive it right now because you are out of alignment. It's like your higher self is trying to lead you, is trying to call you, but the signal's broken. It's like, hey, make this move. It's like static. You can't really hear. And you can't have that clarity until you get back in alignment. Now, how do you get back in alignment? By having gratitude and appreciation for your situation, regardless of what that situation is. Mm-hmm. And that, people, let me tell you, if you can practice that method, mm-hmm. it will not only transform your marriage, it will transform every part of your life. By learning to practice being in alignment as much as you can, what you're really doing is you're taking responsibility for your own happiness. You're taking responsibility for what you attract instead of putting it on your partner. And so marriages where couples learn to get in alignment, their marriages are far more successful and enjoyable. And that's what we teach our couples in our coaching practice.
Mm-hmm. Love it. So, applying being in alignment and being in alignment in your marriage is really about what you're focusing on, what stories you're telling. And we find with couples, part of the misalignment is the expectation that your partner has to be everything to you all of the time, right? Like, you need to be my soulmate, my best friend. You need to be my lover. You need to be incredible in bed. You need to take the kids to school. You need to cook. You need to, you need to make $1 million. You need to be beautiful all the time. So these expectations, I believe, are making people, they're looking for what's lacking.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for what's lacking, you're going to find it. And that will get you out of alignment. And then the arguing starts because they're trying to get the other person to be or to do all of these things that they want. Mm-hmm. And I would say in our marriage, we know what we love about each other. We know our favorite things, and we don't look to each other to be everything to each other. We have our own interests. We have our own friends. We can fill different roles with other people in our lives, which makes our being together very satisfying and fun, right? Because we go away and then we come back together and we have new information, new energy, and we get to share it. And that makes us really close and really connected. And we know each other. Yeah. But I think a lot of times especially when you have small families, you know what I mean? When you have young children, there's just so much going on that you just get in the habit of looking for problems, right? You get in the habit of looking for where things aren't working. And especially for us women, we like the idea of like getting ahead of the problem, right? So we'll really be looking for problems like, where's it going to pop up? Where's it going to happen? Oh, you're not doing this and you didn't do that. That's going to create misalignment. So the key to being aligned in your marriage is to get real clear on what you really love and appreciate about each other. I was watching this couples therapist the other day. I'm always watching therapists and coaches because I just love information, right? And we want to help people. So it's not about my ego, what I have to say. Like, I'm going to get all the resources I can for my people. And it was interesting. She was saying that when couples meet, they change the story later on in their marriage. So the narrative changes. So say if they meet and, they have a great relationship and it ends, they tell the story like, oh, I was never really into him. There was nothing. It was just, we just kind of hooked up. But if the marriage lasts, then they tell a beautiful story, right? About how they met. And so what that's telling us is we create the relationship from the stories that we tell. And as we start to notice things we don't like, we start to tell a different story about our partner. And then we create an out of alignment story that makes us feel disconnected, resentful, angry, and then we react to each other, right? So if I'm angry and resentful, you have to react to that out of alignment too. We're literally pulling each other in and out of alignment. So learning how to get yourself in alignment, and this is really amazing, you guys. You don't have to get your partner in alignment. Get yourself in alignment, and your energy will dominate the energy in your home, And everybody around you will have to get in alignment, or they'll leave for a little bit. They'll be like, I'll be back. I can't take it in here. It's just too dang good. And I'm cranky, right? Like low vibration, high vibration cannot connect with each other in that way.
Yeah.
So you do have the power to get yourself in alignment, and that will affect everyone around you.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this topic was because what we really want to accomplish on this podcast, we're going to give you guys entertainment and, we're going to love on you.
Tips.
Yeah, but we really
Tips and
want
things.
to, really want to give you guys the secret, the tips, the tricks to building a successful marriage like we have. And we've been doing it for 32 years, and we want to show you guys how to do it as well. Yeah. So the alignment part is a major, major part of it. Whenever you focus on something that you don't like, the other danger with that is that you're going to attract more of it. That's the law of attraction. So if you see issues in your relationship that you're not crazy about and you get fixated on it, for one, you're going to start to feel bad. You're going to start to feel negative emotions. It's going to take you out of alignment. And you're just going to attract and see more and more and more and more of it. The more you complain about it, the more of it you're going to see. The more you yell about it, the more of it you're going to attract over and over and over again. So if you keep doing it that way and you want a different result, the key is to stop focusing on what you don't like and stop focusing and talking about it.
Right.
And to start focusing on what you do like, the things that get you in alignment. Certain things are going to get you out of alignment, then other things are going to get you in. And if more you focus on the things that keep you in alignment, the more of those things you'll attract, the better you'll feel, the more your partner will feel you and enjoy you.
Yeah.
And will be willing to give you more of what you want.
Right.
But you have to learn how to start taking responsibility for your own alignment. And so in our marriage, Melanie can't get me out of alignment. Nobody can take you out of alignment because alignment is in your mind. It's a mindset. Yes. Melanie can't jump in my brain and start flicking the switches around. Melanie can only give me, let's say, for example, an invitation to get out of alignment. Maybe she's out of alignment and she's like, hey, you want to talk about this subject? I have a choice to go yes or no. But nobody can make me get out of alignment. That's a choice. And even when you're out of alignment, first of all, let me say this. No one on this planet can stay in alignment all the time. That's just impossible. And we're human beings. We came here to have this physical world experience. So by getting out of alignment, sometimes it's important because by experiencing what we don't want, it helps us to get more clarity on what it is that we do want. So we need that contrast in life. The key is you don't want to stay out of alignment. You want to, learn lessons, feel what you got to experience, process it, then change your perspective on it. And change and create a perspective that will get you back in alignment. And once you do that, then you'll be able to attract more and more of what you want. But your indicator of whether you're in alignment or not is your emotions. That's the main indicator. If you're angry, that's your higher self going, buddy, I'm trying to get your attention right now. Right now, if you're going to attract more and more of this. So if you don't want this, then change your perspective. And when you're out of alignment, that's your higher self letting you know right now, your perspective on this subject does not match the perspective of your higher self. Get back in alignment. And all you got to do is change your perspective. Find something to be grateful about. So for example, me and Melanie, let's say we've got into it a little bit and we're both out of alignment. We both know our job. First of all, we both realize that we're out of alignment. So it's like, okay, I'm out of alignment. It is what it is. Now my job is to turn my perspective around. So the out of alignment perspective would be, you know what? Melanie doesn't hear me. Melanie never listens to me. Melanie's mean. Melanie's whatever the story is. All those things are out of alignment thinking. And it makes me feel bad. It does not feel good. And it damn sure doesn't feel good to her to have me thinking like that or hear me say things like that.
Right.
So how do I get back in alignment? Simple. Change my perspective to gratitude. So for example, you know what? No, Melanie does love me. We just disagreed on this incident and it got away from us. And actually there's some growth in this. I'm glad this happened because I'm going to be more aware of that. And Melanie, she looks out for me. Melanie's my homie. Melanie is the most beautiful thing. So see what I'm doing? The more I get back into gratitude, the more relief I get.
Yeah.
It's moving me back in the direction of alignment. And then the more I do, the more in alignment I get. The more I do, the more in alignment I get. Until all of a sudden I'm back in alignment and I feel good again. Yeah. Now we can have good conversations. Now we can have that discussion. Or maybe not. Maybe we just created a new perspective and we just got over it.
Yeah.
But being in alignment, mastering and practicing getting in alignment and maintaining your alignment is, once again, one of probably the biggest success tools that you can have in a marriage or in a relation or in your personal life.
Yeah. I agree with you with, no one's ever going to be able to be in alignment 24/7 because, we're energy. Our thoughts are energy, and energy is always moving and growing and expanding. And we need the challenges because they like you said, Anthony, they alert us that we want something different than what we're currently getting. But what we don't have to do is attach blame and anger and, you're a bad person because you're not doing it. We can literally just say, wow, I realize that I want this and I'm not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you can start saying to yourself, and this is so important. The ego is going to want to say, this is the end of it, and this is awful, and we need to blow up the relationship, and everything is bad. But generally, it's not everything. It's one little area that's bothering you. So the key is like...
And that you're fixated on.
Right, that you're fixated on. So like Anthony said, it's really about, yes, you want to process like, I'm not happy with XYZ. That's fine. But then you want to go into, but what is working? What is going well? And then that will calm you down, get you back in alignment. And then I love this. You've always got to remind yourself, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to work through it. We just haven't figured it out yet. Everything's okay. Because again, the ego wants to come in and say, it's all falling apart. It's catastrophe. Maybe there's someone better for you, or he's going to leave you, or she's going to cheat on you. Like all these stories will come up, and then you'll attach that to this little thing that really is not that big of a thing. You're just recognizing it because you want something different. And then there's this, you guys. Sometimes our partners can't give us what we want. Sometimes we want something they just don't have capacity to give.
True.
And that doesn't make them a bad person. That just means that's not one of their superpowers. That's not one of the personality traits that they actually have. And that's okay. And so I think sometimes we put so much pressure on our marriages to be perfect and everything that we want all of the time.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen for anyone.
Not at
I
all.
say if you're getting 75, you are killing the game right now, right? Yeah. 75 is really, really good. Think about it. Think about what marriage is. You take two people with two totally different set of brain files and you put them together and say, build a life. Now live. Oh yeah, and deal with all your own past stuff and your desires and your needs. And now I got to deal with your desires and your needs and all your past stuff too. Okay, let's just be happy and not have any issues. That's a lot of energy. It's a lot of thoughts. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of spirit trying to move you.
Yeah.
So when you focus on what you want and you create plans together, Anthony and I sit down. When something doesn't work, it's like, all right, what are we going to do about this? What are the action steps? What do you need from me? Yeah. Can I do that? Then we have to ask each other, can I give you that? Can I do that? Sometimes we can't. And that's okay too. We'll figure out a different way to get what we need.
Another thing that's really important with alignment, people, is your higher self. Your spirit is always trying to lead you to what it is that you're asking for in life. Always, always, always leading you. Yeah. You are always worthy. It's always trying to guide you and lead you. But in order for your higher self to lead you, you have to hear it. For your spirit to hear you, you have to be able to hear it. And spirit doesn't yell. Spirit whispers. Spirit whispers. And when you're out of alignment, you got loud noise in your head. You're angry about this and that and that. And you can't hear your spirit. You're drowning it out. And your spirit's not going to fight over that loud noise. So you're not going to get the guidance. The more out of alignment you are, the more lost you feel, the more afraid you feel, the more hopeless you feel. Because you're out of alignment. You're not thinking like your higher self. And so the key is to listen to your spirit. How do you do that? You turn down the volume on all that other noise. First of all, you change your perspective to get back in alignment. And by doing that, you'll be turning down the volume on the anger and the shame and all the other negative emotions. And then when you turn it down enough, then you'll be able to hear your spirit. Can you hear me now? Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
And then you'll feel, oh, okay, I know what to do now. You'll feel that guidance. You'll feel empowered again.
Yeah.
So it's really, once again, just, it's an art form. It's practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's to the point now with me where I look forward to things taking me out of alignment. Because I've been practicing for so long, and I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be the most evolved that I can be. Because when you're not responsible for your alignment, you will just be knocked around this world all day long, back and forth. The TV's going to dominate your mind, have your emotions all over the place. The radio, your people around you, your employees, your kids, your family,
Social media.
You will go crazy. You will not be a happy person. And so by getting back in alignment, you're taking back that peace of mind.
Oh,
and that control of
you bring up
your reality.
You bring up a great point, Anthony. You guys, this is so important. I hope that you could receive this. What he's saying is so true. You have to protect your alignment, and you have to protect your mind, because when you are out in the world and you are focused on other people and you are observing them and you are not aware of your own mind, you are literally open to taking on their negative energy.
Their misalignment. Yeah.
And same thing on your social media, same thing on TV. And once you lock into those negative frequencies, then you start to vibrate them, and then you bring them into your home, and then you don't know why you're cranky with your kids, and you're irritated, right? Like the other day I had this thought. I was reading something online, and I was seeing all these people in the comments. They're just pissed about other people's lives. And I'm thinking, you got yourself all pissed off today, however long you are there, over something you're reading that has nothing to do with you. Now you have negative energy in you, and you're going to take it home to your family. Like, we don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You could just be like, I'm observing that. That's not my preference. I really wouldn't want that. But do you, boo-boo? Because like Anthony said in the beginning, this universe is a universe of oneness. It's pure potentiality. And there are going to be potentials that you don't like, or that you don't choose. But guess what? There's somebody else on this planet that likes that frequency, that likes that perspective, that likes that dish in the buffet of life. And we can't go around telling each other to stop liking the dishes that we like whatever you want to like.
Or getting mad at the dishes.
Or getting mad at the dishes, right? So all of that is affecting how you are perceiving your partner and each other. All of that, it makes up the filter that you filter life through. Yeah. So protecting your alignment is so important. It will be very difficult to stay in alignment if you're not even aware of the attacks that you're getting on your own alignment on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, if you don't take control of your alignment, someone else will.
Yeah.
A lot of other people will.
Yeah.
And you know what, I think even in most marriages, that they're out of alignment, a large percentage of them, and they're out of alignment because of, many times, the people around them that they're taking advice from, the people that they're hanging out with, the TV shows they're watching, the news that they're watching. There's so many things that are taking them out of alignment.
Yeah.
And once you're out of alignment, it has a ripple effect throughout your entire life. So you could be out of alignment in your marriage, and all of a sudden it's affecting your work life.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's affecting, your health, and on and on and on. And so the art of alignment, people, practice it. It's definitely worth it.
I just want to add one more thing, and then I could totally wrap this up. Start here. Start with, my partner always has my best interest at heart. Because when you start with the belief that the person you married, you chose, you sleep with, you wake up with, you're building a life with, has your best interest at heart, then you are going to be less defensive. You are going to feel more at ease. You're going to be more in alignment to have discussions to create the life that you want together. And that's what you're doing. You're creating a life together, and you may want different things. And when you're out of alignment, you feel like, I need to fight and battle and protect myself. And that is not what a marriage is about. A marriage is about, we're creating together, we're doing this together, and both of us should be getting what we want because we have each other's best interests at heart. I want the best for Anthony. Sometimes Anthony wants stuff I don't want. I don't care if he wants that because I love Anthony. I want him to have it. I will do anything to help him find a way to have what he wants, even if I don't want it. And he does the same thing for me. We don't always have to agree, but when we have each other's best interest at heart, we want what's best for each other.
Exactly. And there's even times where something might be in alignment for you, but not for me.
Yes.
And instead of me trying to force you to see it my way, knowing that it's going to take you out of alignment, it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's your alignment. If I'm out of alignment, guess whose fault it is? It's not your fault.
Nope.
It's my fault. So that tells me that I got some perspective work to do. I got room to grow.
Yes.
So I take advantage of it. And it's like, why did that take me out of alignment? I always question, why did that take me out of alignment? Why did I allow that to take me out of alignment?
Yes.
And then I'll dig into it. And I'll find that there's always some limiting belief that's underneath it. You know, something maybe that I was taught growing up, programming, or, you know, somebody else's programming. But there's always something there. And then from there, once I figure it out, guess what? I just grew.
Yes.
I'm just that much better. Now, next time, that thing won't take me out of alignment because I created a new perspective. It's like they say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
We're always going to be trying to help you guys change the way that you look at things.
That's right. So good job, baby. Good job. So hopefully, you guys, that you enjoyed the podcast and you can start practicing your alignment, take responsibility for it. So now, if you guys didn't get a chance yet to get a copy of our book, Crack the Code, Secrets to Achieving Your Happily Ever After, make sure you pick up a copy today, available at Amazon.com. And if you're interested in coaching with the Amazing Clarks, yes, you can. Just go to theamazingclarks.com and we'll get right back at you. Last but not least, if you're interested in becoming a life coach or just want to learn some skills to life coach yourself, then check out our life coach training and certification course at Law of Attraction, lifecoachacademy.com.
So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We really love and appreciate you. Be sure to head on over to our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Amazing Clarks.
So there you go, people. We gave it to you. Now what you're going to do with it.
And remember, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Love the Amazing Clarks.